If nakita nyo yung share nung ano, ayan. So, if nakita nyo yung share nung isa marami daw, lumabas talaga sa Gen Ed from our videos. Okay, so let's start. So, Prof. Ed tayo yan. So, pakitap naman yung ating live kasi hindi pa nag-uumpisa. Nagkaroon na ulit agad ng restriction. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na naman lalabas to sa ibang ano. Ayun ako. Sa ibang, sa pages ng iba. Okay, so let's start. Alright. So, yan. So, mga flex lang muna natin. Madiwag, madiwag. Okay, so Prof. Ed. Alright, so number one. Okay, number one. Which measure Okay, so which measure of central tendency is most reliable when scores are extremely high and low? Okay, so A, cannot be identified unless individual scores are given. B, mean. C, mode. And D, median. Okay, so ulitin natin. Number one, which measure of central tendency is most reliable when scores are extremely high and low? Lagay niyo po yung number. A, cannot be identified unless individual scores are given. B, mean. C, mode. And D, median. Okay, yan. So, ilagay niyo lang yung number. Ay, ano ba yan? Sorry. Ano ba yan? Okay, so na-reveal ko na yung sagot. Okay, so the answer there is median. Okay, so when scores are extremely high and low, sabi niya. Okay, so teka lang ha. For example, over 20 ang quiz, tapos may 1, tapos may 20, yung mga ganun, 2, tapos may 18. Alam mo yun? So ang best doon ay okay. Okay, ayan. So ano nga ba yung central tendency? Okay, ganyan. So 'di ba, pag marami tayong mga amount halimbawa, okay, or yung mga items, 'di ba? So parang ang hirap naman pag ilagay pa natin lahat 'yon. So yung central tendency, yun yung parang gagamitin para magre-represent, okay? Parang snapshot siya, okay? Kung saan naka-cluster yung data, okay? Parang average ba? Parang ganon. Okay. So sabi nga, ang sagot natin kanina ay median doon, okay? Pag may mga outliers, okay? Yung mga outliers, yun yung mga extreme scores. Okay. Alright? Kasi nga naman, imagine nyo kung mean ang gagamitin natin, di ba? So halimbawa, ano yung average height sa Pilipinas? Tapos, ang nakuha mo is 5. Halimbawa, 4. Tapos, ang ibang nakuha mo ay 6, di ba? So, para ang taas. Ang taas ng magiging, central tendency niya. It will not represent yung talagang data. Okay? And that is why the answer there would be median. Kung ano yung pinaka gitna. Okay? Pero, meron naman yung, kung bakit mas okay na napiliin yung mean. Okay? So, of course, if there is no extreme outliers, yun pa rin yung best na gamitin, yung mean. Why? Kasi lahat ng values doon ay may co-consider, di ba? Kasi ang pagkuha ng mean is, i-add mo lahat yung values, di ba? Divide mo kung ilan. Kay ilan yung values na yon, di ba? So, lahat ay magagamit. And that is why it is still the best. Okay, yan. Okay, pag mode naman, ito yung pag hindi mo magamit yung mean, hindi mo magamit yung median, and the only thing that you can do is identify mo kung ano yung pinaka-common na lumalabas. Okay? Yan. Number two, what is the transformation strategy in outcome-based education that caters to bodily kinesthetic potentials through socialization? A, bingo. B, reciprocal questioning. C, recitation. And D, human. Nakikita nyo ba? Human chain. Okay, so again, what is the transformation strategy in outcome-based education that caters to bodily kinesthetic potentials through socialization? Ilagay nyo yung number. A, bingo. B, reciprocal questioning. C, recitation. And D, human chain. I-re-record ko to or okay. Alright. So what is your answer? So ang sagot ay letter D. Okay, let's see. Okay, so ang tamang sagot ay, okay, tama naman. Okay, so ang sagot ay human chain. Okay, very good. Kasi unang-una, siniskas ko na po yung outcome base. Okay, this is, ang ibig sabihin ng outcome base is yun nga, dapat makikita yung outcome. Okay, makikita yung goal. Okay, and then yung mga goal na yun dapat ma-achieve nung bata. Ayan. As opposed to traditional. Okay, mamaya explain kung ano yung traditional. Okay, para maintindihan nyo naman to. And then bodily kinesthetic, yun di ba yung may movement. Okay, that is bodily kinesthetic. And alam na natin kung ano yung socialization, that is interaction. Okay, so for example, maglaro ka ng bingo. Okay, meron outcome-based ba yan? Di ba? Na it is may goal ba dyan? Yan ang isipin nyo. Sa reciprocal questioning, alam naman niyo yung reciprocal questioning, di ba? Yung halimbawa teacher and student, magpalitan sila ng kung sino yung mag-question tapos sino yung sasagot. Okay? Recitation naman, di ba? More on, one way lang, okay, ang recitation. Wala naman talagang socialization. And that is why the answer there is human chain, okay? Pinapakita ko lang po kung paano natin pwedeng ma-zero in yung sagot even without knowing, okay, yung in toto na na book, okay, or how do you call that? Na definition, okay, ng mga terms. Okay, so, but of course, pag alam nyo na yung human chain, yan, ito yung, it's a training game, okay, or team building exercise, kung saan nagko-communicate sila, nagko-cooperate sila, at saka of course, problem solving skills. Naalala ko, ginawa namin to sa school before, yung parang ganun. Tapos, syempre, parang, iba ang human chain, parang madali lang gawin, di ba? Pero pag sa dami-dami nyo, mahirap din. So, kailangan talaga mag-usap-usap kayo, ganyan. And then, doon mo talaga makikita kung sino yung may leadership, ano, di ba? Kasi sila yung madaldal na, ganito, ganito, di ba? At saka, sino naman yung mga good followers, yan. So, talagang, communication, cooperation, and problem solving. Alright. Ito naman, if OBE is a backward design, yan. So, may explain na natin, okay? Kasi bakit hindi ba lahat ay OBE dapat? Parang ganun, di ba? So, if OBE is a backward design, traditional education is a forward design. Sabi niya. So, what is its characteristic? Okay, so ano yung characteristic ng traditional education? Okay, so it starts with defining learning outcomes first ba yan? Na read, or it focuses on what is taught. Yan. So again, if OBE is a backward design, traditional education is a forward design. So what is its characteristic? Yan, yung traditional education ang sinasabi. It starts with designing learning outcome first ba yan? Or blue na it focuses on what is taught. Yan. At talagang tinayog talaga. Ang yabang. Okay, so sabi niya, it focuses on what is taught. Uy, may nakapasok na 15. Uy, thank God. Yan. So, can you please continue tapping it, guys, para matulungan na lumabas yan. Okay, so, naghati, okay, nag-blue, hindi pala, okay, hindi pala naghati, okay, yan, hindi pala na-Moses. Tama kayo dyan, okay? So, the answer there, it focuses on what is taught, okay? Kasi sinabi na natin kanina, di ba, yung OBE is, there is a goal, and that goal should be achieved by the student. Okay, so ibig sabihin nun, yung goal is synonymous with outcome. That's why ang sagot dyan ay starts with defining learning outcomes first. Okay? Kabaliktaran dun sa traditional education na magturo ka muna. And then, magde-design ka ng assessment based dun sa tinuro mo. Okay? Yun yung traditional education. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan nyo. Manifesting and claiming LPT. Sure. Okay. LPT does. Top-notch sure does. Okay. Alright. Yan. So, okay. Ang bilis ko na palang in-explain yan. So, in anyways, screenshot nyo na lang to. Okay. Madali namang how do you call that? Intindihin. Alright. So, wag nyo nang kalimutan. Basta outcome-based. May nakita na kayong B doon forward. Because It start, ay, nako. Iinis na ako sa'yo, ah. Okay. Nangyayari. Right, ganyan siya. Alright? And of course, pag sa outcome based, flexible siya. Okay? Kasi parang hindi mo kailangang hindi ang ibig sabihin hindi kailangang structure na yung ano yung susundin mo na ganito ako step by step parang hindi kailangan. Okay? Kasi nga as long as makuha nila yung outcome, okay na yon. Okay? When it in contrast sa traditional, okay, na yun nga, time is constant. Sabi nga niya, di ba, one semester, 50 minutes per class. Yung parang kailangan mo talagang sundin yun. Okay? Alright. Number 3, which of the following are alternative assessments? A, multiple choice, true, false matching. B, fill the blank, short answer, standardized test. C, portfolio, journal, performance task. And D, paper and pencil test, quiz, and final exam. So again, which of the following are alternative assessments? Okay, A, multiple choice, true, false matching. B, fill in the blank, short answer, standardized test. C, portfolio, journal, performance task. And D, paper and pencil test, quiz, final exam. Ilagay nyo po yung number, guys. Ilagay nyo po yung number. Okay. Talagang okay. Ang galing nyo, of course. Kasi alam naman natin ang alternative. Okay? So, ang alternative ay kung ano yung dapat magawa. Okay? As opposed to traditional na ano yung dapat alam. Okay? So, more on kung magawa, so it is more on performance ang alternative. Okay? At saka, sabi ko nga, yung traditional is what is known. Okay? How do you get yung alternative, how do you get uh, or how do you gauge kung what is known? Of course, mga paper pencil test, okay, ABD, di ba? Paano mo naman malaman kung ano yung ang kayang gawin, okay, ng mga estudyante mo? Of course, yung portfolio, di ba? Kasi nga, especially yung development portfolio, di ba? Yan, performance task lalo. Alright. Yes. Okay. So, A, B, and D, puro siya traditional. Okay, yan. So, yan. So, sabi ko nga kanina, ang traditional assessment, what students know. Okay, so kumbaga mga recall of facts lang yan. And alternative is what students can do. Okay, so mga application yan. Alright, yan. So, yung mga ganito na nilalagay ko dyan, pwede nyo namang basahin to eh. Okay, yan. So, hindi ko kailangan basahin lahat yan. Pwede nyo screenshot for further reading. Okay, yan. So, ang traditional assessment, what is a typical format? Siyempre, multiple choice, true, false, ganyan. Okay? An alternative, alam na natin yan, portfolio, performance, mga ganun. Number 5, what is wrong with test items that give clues to answers to questions? A, ambiguity, B, test brevity, C, unclear directions, and D, poor construction. Okay, so again, number 4, what is wrong with test items that give clues to answers to questions? A, ambiguity, B, test brevity, C, unclear directions, and D, poor construction. Yes, Ma'am Naha. Yes, nakapag-take ka na, Ma'am Naha? Yan. Sabi niya, nagbibigay ng clue. Nagbibigay ng clue. Okay. Sa mga, pag tumataas yung boses ko, hindi ako nagagalit ha. Okay, parang gusto ko lang talagang pag-isipin kayo. Okay, so sumagot sa ambiguity. Ano ba yung ambiguous? Okay, ano ba yung meaning ng ambiguous? Diba? Parang confusing yon, diba? So, does it mean na pag confusing, nagbibigay ng clues? Hindi naman, diba? So, that is why ang sagot niyan natin ay poor construction. Okay, yan. Yes, okay. So, ambiguous means not clear. Okay, doesn't mean na nagbibigay siya ng clue. Okay, so, explain na natin. Okay, yung brevity. Di ba ang brevity is short and concise. Okay, so, hindi naman laging negative ang short and concise. Di ba yan? Unclear directions. Okay, so, pag unclear yung direction, it is more on instruction yan. So, hindi pa rin yan nazi-zero in yung tanong na give clues. And that is why the answer there is poor construct. Ay, oo nga pala. Opo, ako yung umiyak sa'yo, nag-send ng video na pumasa nung March. Thank you, Pulit. Ay, oo, maalala na kita. Yes, and thank you. Na-touch din talaga ako sa message mo. Maraming maraming salamat po na 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 naging instrument naman yung burography. And then sinabi mo sa akin, and then nag-message ka despite na very quiet ka na na ano na review na nagre-review. Okay, yan. Oo. Sabi ni Sir Naha, ano daw, Gurography lang at saka si Sir Melvin ang kanyang pinanood na video. So, 'di ba? So, thank you so much. All right. Okay. Ano, fafla pa ng item mo. Mamaya, di ba, i-post ko din naman to. Alright, and that is why, of course, poor construction ang sagot. Kasi pag poor construction, andyan na lahat, di ba? Pwedeng magulo, okay, or pwedeng nagbibigay ng clue, di ba? Basta poor construction. Okay, ganun lang. Pangit yung pagkagawa, ganun. Number 5, it is a measurement of personality, which is the result of dividing the mental age by the chronological age. Okay, so A, emotional quotient ba yan? B, intelligent quotient. C, social quotient. And D, adversary quotient. Okay, so again, it is a measurement of personality, which is the result of dividing the mental age by the chronological age. A, emotional quotient, B, intelligence quotient, C, social quotient, and D, adversary quotient. So maraming nag-emotional quotient kasi sabi niya personality. Okay, pero kasi ang hinahanap niya, sabi niya, dividing the mental age by the chronological age. Oo nga, pero nakakalito kasi talaga yung personality dyan, di ba? Okay. Alright, and ang sagot po natin dyan ay intelligence quotient. Okay, yan. So, yan na yan mismo. Okay, mental age divided by chronological age times 100. Okay, and that is IQ. Okay, so, mamaya natin explain yung mga yan, okay? Yung adversary quotient, lumalabas po talaga yan. Okay, yan. So, tingnan muna natin. Who developed ay, oo, mental age. O, di ba? Mental age, di ba? Kasi nga naman, di ba? Yung, yeah, tama, tama. Okay? Yan. So, who developed, but I will tell you pala ha, yung yung formula na yan is hindi na ginagamit kasi hindi daw it doesn't depict yung yung totoo, okay, na IQ, okay? Yan. Kaya hindi na yan ginagamit. But anyway, who developed the original formula for intelligence quotient as mental age divided by chronological age multiplied by 100. Okay, so Alfred Binet ba yan or William Stern? Okay, wag po kayong mabudol. Okay, ang tinatanong dyan ay formula. Okay, who developed the original formula for intelligence quotient as mental age divided by chronological age multiplied by 100. Okay, so red ba na Alfred Binet or blue na William Stern? And ang sagot po natin dyan ay, may nakakakita na sa ating live. Alright, ang sagot po niyan ay William Stern. Kasi, wag niyong kalimutan, alright, si Alfred Binet ay, ano ba yung kay Alfred Binet? Formula ba yan or test? Yan. IQ test ba yon kay Alfred Binet or a formula? Tapos sinagot ko yung sarili kong tanong, Sorry naman, samid-samid pa ako kasi ngayon lang ulit ako lumakas-lakas. Test, tama. Yes. That is why, yung Alfred Binet is yung Binet-Simon scale. Okay, yan. Dalawa sila actually, pero ewan ko kung bakit mas sikat si Alfred Binet. Okay, so pagdating sa formula ng IQ, it's William Stern. Okay, yan. So yung kay Alfred Binet, binasa ko yung test niya, parang made up of 30 questions daw yon na iba't iba yung iba't iba yung medium of difficulty. Ganon. Okay, so ito naman. So, ay, mali pa pala yung ano ko. Okay, so intelligence test, sino yung nag-coin ng IQ, I mean, intelligence test. Yung IQ, si William Stern, and siya din yung gumawa ng formula. Okay, sino yung gumawa ng first na test? Si Alfred Binet and Theodore Simon. Okay, yan. So, ano ba nga ang intelligence test? Of course, di ba? Ginagamit mo yung cognitive mo yon, yung brain mo. So, mathematical ability, memory, recall, yung mga ganon. Emotional quotient, di ba? Yan, emotional quotient. Yan yung mababa talaga ako because I cannot manage my own emotions. Char, okay? Yan. So, may empathy ka, yung mga yan, okay? Sino yung nag-coin? Peter Salovey and John Mayer. Okay? Yan. Huwag po kayong ano dun sa sino yung nag-coin, si Salovey and John Mayer. Sino yung nag-popularize? Si Daniel Goleman. Okay? Ang lagi lumalabas po dyan ay si Daniel Goleman. Okay? Yan sa question. Okay. Ito namang social quotient. Siyempre, ano ang meaning ng social? Okay, it's all about interaction and communication. Ganyan. So, if you have social quotient, meron kang ability to interact and communicate with others, which is true, di ba? Hindi naman lahat ay may social quotient, 'di ba? SQ. Yan. Sino ang nag-coin niyan? Actually, ang social quotient is nanggaling, okay, sa ano sa idea ni Edward Thorndike na social intelligence, okay? So sabi ko nga, idea ni Edward Thorndike na social intelligence, pero hindi siya, okay, yung nag-coin sa term na social quotient. Okay, yan. Adversity quotient, lumalabas din po ito. Okay? So, umuso to nung first time na nabasa ko to, akala ko nga na-coin lang to recently kasi nabasa ko to nung time ng pandemic. Okay, na ang adversity quotient ng pagkabasa ko pa nga sa FB noon is yung your ability to come out, okay? After masadlak ka, okay, or after a problem, is you still have the ability to come out na sane, na you are still sane. Okay, yan. So, ibig sabihin yan, na resilient ka, tapos may ability ka na labanan yung isip mo, okay, may ability ka to persevere. Okay, yan. So, sino yung nag-coin? Si Paul Stokes. Okay, so ano yung example niya? Kung hindi nyo naintindihan yung pagka-explain ko, yung example lang basahin nyo. Okay, basahin niyo po to ha, screenshot niyo to pag na-post para mas ano niyo. Ano yung example niya? After failing an exam, sabi niya, okay lang sa kanya, nag-seek help siya, tapos sabi niya, magte-take ulit ako and papasa ako. Ganon, yung adversity. Okay, yan. So, palabarn. Okay. Number 6, as positive correlation is to direct relation to what relation is negative correlation. Okay, so A, definitive relation, B, neutral relation, C, inverse relation, and the indefinite relation. So again, 6, as positive correlation is to direct relation. To what relation is negative correlation? A, definitive relation. B, neutral relation. C, inverse relation. And D, indefinite relation. Puro relation. Parang nakagat ko na yung dila ko. Sana all may relasyon. Okay, so dalawa lang naman yung laging lumalabas dyan, di ba? Pag positive, yan. At saka negative, anong correlation yan? Okay, lagay niyo yung number, guys. Sumagot kayo, guys. 32 na kayo dyan. Okay, mas maano nyo, mas maalala nyo. Okay? Diba, bibili ako ng magandang tripod ko pag lilipat ka pa kasi ako ng I mean, aalis ako dito sa bahay ng aking mother. Alright. Okay, very good. So it is just naman direct or, okay, alright, direct lang naman or inverse yan eh, okay. So ganyan lang yan. Alright, direct or inverse lang naman yan. Okay, so pag-aralan natin, ano nga ba, okay, yung mga type of correlation. Okay, so positive, ang isipin nyo na lang is PDIN. Okay, PDIN. Okay, pag positive, direct siya. Okay, PD. Okay, pag positive, direct siya. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng direct? Parehas lang, the same direction. So pag tumataas yung BP mo, BP talaga yung unang naisip ko. Tumaas kasi yung BP ko na Alright? So pag tumataas yung ano, basta tumataas yung isang variable, tumataas din yung isang variable. Yun yung ibig na sabihin ng direct. Pag negative, Tami. Pag negative, okay, negative is inverse. Okay, kaya nga P din. Okay, yan. Kasi, ibig sabihin, pag inverse, baliktaran, di ba? So, pag tumataas yung isa, bumababa yung isa. Parang ganon. Okay, and then ano pa yung isang klase ng relation? It's zero or no relation. Tami naman kung kailan naman nagtuturo ako. Zero correlation. Okay, ibig sabihin, walang relasyon. Okay, no consistent relationship between two variables. Okay, yan. Ano yung ibig sabihin yan? So, pag nag-change yung isa, okay, it has nothing to do, okay, or walang mapre-predict na change dun din sa isa. Okay, yan. Okay, number 7, which is the research method of or technique suited for the study of garbage collection in NCR District 1. A experiment, B marketing research, C focus group, and D observational technique. Bumaba ka nga dyan. Ayaw ni Tami na andyan ka, Chiki. Again, which is the research method or technique suited for the study of garbage collection in NCR District 1. A experiment, B marketing research, C focus group, and D observational technique. Tignan nyo naman, no? May kwento pa talaga, no, na NCR, District 1, talagang ganyan talaga sa LED. Alam niyo yon? Tawag na, cheeky naman eh. May kwento siya, di ba? Pero i-focus nyo pa rin yung sa mga words na alam nyo, okay? Para ano ba yun, parang hindi maging confusing, alright? So, sige. So, ano nga ba ang pag ini-study mo yung garbage collection? Okay, alisin na natin yan yung NCR na yan kasi kwento lang yan. Alright, tingnan ko nga yung mga sagot nyo. Okay. So, syempre, pag gusto mong i-study yung garbage collection, ibig sabihin, gusto mong makita kung paano sila nangongolekta, ano yung mga ruta nila, ano yung mga schedule nila, di ba? So, ano yung best dyan? Okay, ano yung best dyan? And of course, the answer there is observational technique, di ba? Kasi paano mo matitignan yung processes, yung mga ruta, lahat-lahat na yan. Kung hindi mag-observe, di ba? Ano yung mag-observe? Yun yung tumitingin ka lang while it is happening in a natural setting. Okay? And that is why yung experiment dyan ay kabaliktaran. Kasi ang experiment, parang ano siya ano siya, di ba? Parang, kumbaga, prefab, di ba? How do you call that? Ano ba? Parang, how do you call that? Ano ba yung, di ko maisip na yung ano. Parang, nalagay na siya sa sitwasyon, di ba? May controlled na nga eh. Yon. Kaya ang experiment. Okay, ang marketing research, more on ano naman yan. More on sa products naman yan. And of course, alam na, banggit na natin kung ano yung focus group noon. Lumalabas din po yan. Lumabas nung ano ata yan. Nung March ata yan o nung September 2025. Ang focus group ay, di ba, yan yung grupo sila, okay, na meron silang pag-uusapan na na specific topic, and that is why focus, di ba? Meron silang focus. Alright. Number 8, among written categories of assessment method, what instrument did science teacher Julian use when he prepared a list of behaviors that make up a certain type of performance in the use of a microscope? A, written response instrument, B, performance test, C, observation and self-report, and D, product rating scale. Yan. Yan. So, hindi, pakabasahin yung mabuti. Ako magbasa kasi hindi nakita. Among written categories of assessment methods, what instrument did science teacher Julian use when he prepared a list of behaviors that make up a certain type of performance in the use of microscope? A, written response instrument, B, performance test, C, observation and self-report, and D, product rating scale. Yan. Sumagot po kayo, guys. Yeah. Yan. Okay, so ito yung mahaba-haba. Okay? Pero may mga ganyan po talaga, haba-habaan nila yan. Pero i-focus nyo kung ano yung tinatanong. Okay? So, ang tinatanong dyan, Ang tinatanong po ba dyan ay yung performance nila, yung certain type of performance, or yung list of behaviors? Okay, sige. Sige guys, ano yung gusto ni teacher na tignan? Okay? Ala, ABC na yan. ABC. Wala namang mag-D. Ah, sige, sagutin niyo mo po muna yon. Ano yung gusto makita ni Teacher Julian? Yung list of behaviors po ba? Or yung performance nila kung paano gamitin yung microscope? Sige po, thank you for liking the live. Ang Okay, very good. Yes. So, ang gusto niyang makita ay list of behaviors. Yes, hindi yung mismong performance. Okay? And paano mo makikita yung list, paano mo makikita yung behavior, okay? Ano ba yung mga behavior? Halimbawa, gusto mong makita kung paano gamitin nung bata yung yung microscope, maingat ba siya, alam ba niya kung paano niya gawin? Yon. Okay? Paano mo? Okay, makikita yon. And of course, the answer there is observation and self-report. Kasi 'di ba, for you, okay, to check yung mga list of behavior na gumagamit ka ng checklist, yung mga ganon, okay, rating scales, yung mga ganon, okay? Bakit mali yung performance test? Kasi nga, i-reiterate ko na ang gustong makita ni Teacher Julian is yung list of behaviors, not the performance itself. Okay, yan. So, although yung nakalagay na one tool, okay, for observation and self-report is rating scale, okay, pero mali pa rin yung letter D, okay? Kasi product rating scale, ibig sabihin, ini-evaluate mo lang yung finished product. Okay, yan. Okay. May sumagot din po pala sa letter A, written response instrument. Okay, ano pa yung mga written, ayan yung mga essay, short answers, fill in the blanks, di ba? Ang makukuha mo naman pag ganun is knowledge po yon, di ba? What they know, okay? Knowledge recall. Okay. Number 9, what is the normal curve in the grade distribution of students in a class? A, most get high grades, B, most get low grades, C, all have average grades, and D, most get average grades, few, high, and low. Okay. Again, number 9, ito talaga yung kailangan yung ma-master kasi paulit-ulit lang at maraming version to. Okay? Number 9, what is the normal curve in the grade distribution of students in a class? A, most get high grades. B, most get low grades. C, all have average grades. And D, most get average grades, few, high, and low. Guys, sumagot pa kayo. Nasa 43 na po kayo. Mas maalala nyo yung tamang sagot pag tina-type nyo. Promise. Alright. Kasi ayaw nyong magkamali, Alright. Okay, alright. So, ang sagot po natin dyan ay letter D. Okay? Hindi all have average grades. Hindi po. Meron pa din. Okay, meron pa din high at saka meron pa ding low. Pero pinakamadami doon ay nasa average. Kaya normal curve siya para it is called bell curve as well. Okay, yan. So, ang normal distribution it is also called Gaussian distribution. Okay, yan. Yay, tamang mga lakas makapelo tong si Eureka. Alright, good job, good job. Okay, so ganyan siya. Yan. So, yung nakalimutan ko. Yan. So, kailangan nyo to ha. Yan. So, yung normal curve, ibig sabihin, at parang di gumagalaw tong. Okay, so normal curve is, yan, most 50% nasa talaga. Andito siya. Pero meron pa rin dito, pero konti lang. Kaya nga mataba dito, di ba? Mataba dito, tapos dito pa konti. Yan. Okay? Alright. Okay, since marami na po kayo ngayon, sabihin ko lang, yan, so if gusto nyong mag-mock boards, yan, daily mock boards po tayo. Yan, pero weekly ko na pinopost, okay? Kasi nga, lagi akong busy, ganyan, minsan nakakalimutan kong i-post daily. Pero dapat daily. Pero ngayon, pinopost ko na siya weekly, yan, and then, five na ano yun, tig 30 points naman, ganyan. Ginawa ko 30 points each, guys, kasi alam ko na napapagod na kayo sa dami ng ano. So, gusto ko na namnamin nyo yung tanong, okay? Kasi pag 30 points lang, di ba, kahit pa paano hindi kayo nagmamadali. Yan, so, 150 points weekly, pero 30 points siya each. Google Form, yan. And then, kung gusto nyo na mag-Macboard, i-message nyo lang ako or tignan nyo yung nakapin na GC doon sa ating Blue app. Okay? Nakapin doon yung ating link. And then, ang ating live is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Okay? So, yung Tuesdays kasi, guys, grabe yun, pero hindi ko nagawa ngayon kasi nagkasakit ako. Alright? And then, meron din tayong YT channel yan. So, marami na pong nalagay doon na video and marami pong mga feedback doon na maraming lumabas na Gen Ed from there. Okay? Yan, libre naman po yun ha, libre. Alright, ito naman, huwag niyong kalimutan. Okay, ito talaga, i-memorize ko talaga. Okay, PRD, okay. So, hindi niyo naman makalimutan yan, si President Rodrigo Duterte na lang. Okay, PRD. Yung mga maka-PR, mga hindi ako, I'm not partisan. Okay, yan. So, sabi ko lang, para maalala nyo. Okay, so, positively skewed. Okay, PRD. Pag positive, it means yes po. Lahat po, Blue App, YT, lahat po, same name tayo. Alright, so, pag positively skewed, okay, ibig sabihin, right skewed, okay, right skewed din. At ang ibig sabihin niya, napaka-difficult yung test. Okay, napaka-difficult yung test. And that is why yung mga scores, okay, naka-cluster siya dito. Okay, naka-cluster siya dito sa right. Yun nga, yan. Okay, and then NLE, okay, pag hindi nyo maalala yung NLE, isipin nyo na lang, imbes na Lenny, isipin nyo na lang Nelly. Okay, NLE. Okay, so pag negatively skewed, left skewed din po yun, parehas lang yun, at napaka-easy yung exam. Okay, yan. Okay? Yun lang naman yun. Ganun lang kadali. Yan. Number 10, a new approach to measuring personality. Okay? Focusing on the wholesomeness of one's virtues, virtues, for example, values, relationships, adjustments, behavior, and motivations, considers whether the personality is pleasant or unwholesome. A emotional quotient na EQ, B intelligence quotient IQ, C maladjustment personality, or D anticipated behavior. Okay, yan. So basically, sinasabi lang niya na gusto niyang i-measure, ang gusto niyang i-measure nitong tanong na to, ang gusto niyang i-measure nun is yung pagiging wholesome ng isang tao, okay? Yan. Which is measured via yung values niya, yung relationships niya, may maganda ba siyang relationship, okay ba yung adjustment niya, behavior niya, ganon. And of course, this is very, very easy, okay? Yan. Okay, alright. So, the answer there is emotional quotient, di ba? Kasi pag may emotional quotient ka, okay, ibig sabihin, di ba, kasi hinahanap niya yung wholesomeness, sabi niya, di ba? So, pag may maganda, mataas yung emotional quotient mo, nakakabuo ka ng magandang relationship, 'di ba? Nakaka-adjust ka ng maayos, may maganda kang behavior, yung mga ganon. Okay, may empathy ka, okay, na nakikerry mo yung emotions mo, na-regulate mo, alright? Yan. Okay. So, maladjustment personality. Okay, ito naman yung maladjustment personality. This is a psychological state naman siya. Okay, ito yung mga para maladjusted ka nga. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka nakaka-cope. Okay? May it be socially, emotionally, especially yung mga ganun. Okay? Yan yung mga sinasabi nila sa mga mga, how do you call that? Mga serial killers. Diba? Maladjusted people. Alright. And anticipated behavior. Anticipated. Okay? Prediction. Okay, yan. Ito yung mga na-predict mo yung kung paano, okay, yung tao how do you call that? Tagalog talaga eh. Kung paano a person will act. Okay, yun na lang. Okay, wag nang itagalog, wag nang mag-effort, okay? A person will act in the future, okay? Basing sa mga past behavior niya. Okay, yan. Number 11, which is considered a political impact of globalization, a changing role of education in terms of preparing students for the world of work, B, the threat to the autonomy of national education systems by globalization, C, reforms in education as lifelong education, and D, branding, globalization, and learning to be consumers. Yeah. So of course, tingnan na naman nyo, political, sabi niya. So pag sinabi nating political, di ba? Andyan na dapat yung governance. Yan. So ano yung sagot nyo sa number 11? Mhm. Political, sabi niya. So, nagbigay na po ako ng clue. Pag sinabi mong political, involve yung government, okay? Although napaka-broad yung sinabi ko, ano, na involve yung government, di ba? But it is more on governance. Okay? Yan. Alright. ABD, 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 ABD. Okay. So, changing role of education in terms of preparing students for the world of work. Okay, it is more on, okay, tingnan natin. Alright, so sabi ko nga, ano ba yung political impact? Governance, okay, sovereignty, okay, policy making, ayan. So ito, changing role of education in terms of preparing students to the world of work na yung sinasabi dyan. Okay, that is economic. Yan. Yung sumagot ng okay, sumagot na wala namang C. Okay, kasi C, reforms in education. Sino ba yung gumagawa ng reform sa education? Although government din, di ba? But more on education naman yan. Okay, yung sumagot sa letter D, nakalagay dyan, consumers. Yan. So, it is more on marketing, business. So, sakop yan ng economy. Okay, so the best answer here is letter B, the threat to the autonomy of national education systems by globalization. Okay, kasi nga, di ba, pag na-threat na yung autonomy mo, parang nawalan na ng kakayahan, okay, yung government, okay, yung national education, okay, para i-run, okay, or i-govern, okay, yung national education, all right? Right. Number 12, what is the active learning strategy useful in sharing ideas about controversial topics? Okay, divorce, abortion, etc. Ay, okay, post ko pala to. A, student presentation ba yan? B, fishbowl. C, role-playing. And D, nose exchange. Okay. So again, number 12, what is the active learning strategy useful in sharing ideas about controversial topics? Okay, like divorce, tapos yung ABORTION. Yan. So A, student presentation ba yan? B, fishbowl. C, role-playing. And D, nose exchange. Sabi ni Eureka. Okay, lagay natin yung number, guys. So far, hindi na tayo na RR, kaya dumadami na tayo. Yan. Ang fear ko is yung maubos, na sa 80 plus na yung score ko dyan. So, pag naubos dahil sa kaka-RR, balik tayo. Maghanap na lang ako ng iba. Okay, no way na mag-live tayo. Alright, so ilagay niyo yung number ha, guys. And the answer there is, pag sa role-playing ba, nagsha-share kayo ng ideas? Sa role-playing? Or ano, meron kayong role at ginagampanan mo lang yon. Okay. Okay, so yun yung isipin nyo ha. Alright, so the answer there is fishbowl. Okay, fishbowl. Okay. Ang student presentation naman hindi kasi ang student presentation is more on, halimbawa ikaw, okay, you present, 'di ba? Pag nag-present ka, ikaw lang, it is one way lang, 'di ba, guys? One way lang. Ang role playing naman, kanina sabi ko nga is meron kang role tapos ginagampanan mo 'yon, 'di ba? Na ano, mamaya i-explain ko pa further yung role playing. Okay? And then of course yung nose exchange wala 'yan, pero nakalagay dun sa option eh. So, dinagay ko 'yan. Hinanap ko pa talaga 'yan, wala 'yan. All right. So explain ko yung bakit. Okay? Bakit? Hello ma'am, thank you po sa pag-follow sa FB ko. Sure. Sure. All right. Okay. So ano nga ba yung fishbowl method? Okay, so explain ko yan kung bakit nagagamit to sa discussion. So, ang fishbowl po dyan, kala ko fishbowl. Ay, napatawa mo ako dun, ha? Napatawa mo ako dun. I really needed that laugh. Okay. So, ang fishbowl doon dito, okay, sa fishbowl, dalawang circle, okay? Asan yung fishbowl? Yung inner circle, okay? Yung mga may paper sa loob. Oo, meron din ganon. Yes, tama, tama, tama yan. Meron din yung, ayan, yung fishbowl na kumukuha ka ng papers, di ba? Parang para random, okay? Yan yung pag-choose ng participants. Tama, tama din yan. Okay, yan. Pero meron din fishbowl na ganito. So, explain natin. So, yung may dalawang circles. Yung inner circle, yun yung mismong fishbowl. And then, meron din yung outer circles. Yung dito sa mga inner circle, sila yung nagsasalita, okay? Sila yung nag-uusap, and then yung mga fish dito sa outer naman, sila yung nakikinig lang sila, and then nagja-jot sila, nagja-jot down, okay, ng mga naririnig nilang ganon. Okay, yan. Okay. Recommended kita sa mga friends ko dito sa Vietnam. Balita ko magkaka-SPLE na din daw dito. Oh, really, sir? Ayan, yan si Sir Michael na kasama ko na nag-take sa Taiwan. Okay. Na 2 months ang review pero high rate. Okay. Kung siguro hindi lang 2 months review ni Sir, parehas ko siyang top-notcher. Okay. Number 13. Which of the following conditions does not contribute to a climate that is psychologically suited to learning? Okay. A, the teacher acts like a real person. B, the teacher makes all of the decisions about students' learning activities. C, thank you, Sir Michael. The teacher accepts students as they are. And D, the teacher shows trust in students' decisions. Okay, yan. So, ang bigat ng mga sabi pa niya, contribute to a climate that is psychologically suited to learning. Pero ang hinahanap talaga dyan is, nagbibigay ng ambience tuloy. Yung parang air, okay? Ano ba? Suitable learning environment. Yun lang yung hinahanap niya actually. Okay? Pero meron pa siyang climate at psychologically suited to learning. Okay? And of course, so kahit hindi nyo pa rin alam yan, okay, tingnan nyo na lang. Nakita nyo yung not niyan, malamang negative. Okay? So letter A, positive. The teacher acts like a real person. Of course, dapat. Letter C, the teacher accepts students as they are. Of course, dapat, di ba? Dapat hindi ka nagja-judge. Yan. The teacher shows trust in students' decisions. Of course, di ba? Kahit papaano. Okay? And of course, the answer there is letter B. Okay? Kasi it means to say, pag you make all the decisions, you are authoritarian, and that is not a suitable environment for learning, di ba? Kasi authoritarian ka, ikaw yung gusto mong nasusunod lagi. Parang sa relasyon nyo. Kaya kayo nag-break kasi ikaw, gusto mo lagi ikaw ang nasusunod. Alright. Okay. Sabi niya, dapat learner-centered, kaya mali ang B kasi teacher-centered eh. Yeah, kinda. Okay, pero ang tinatanong lang niyan is kung ano yung magandang environment na suitable for learning, okay? Alright. Number 14, a teacher uses behavioral modification techniques in his classes. Which of the following students' behaviors would he find most difficult to change? Hindi difficulty to change. A, aggressive tendencies toward classmates. B, poor habits in organizing work materials. C, interrupting a speaker. And D, abandoning a project before it is finished. Okay. So again, a teacher uses behavioral modification techniques in his classes. Which of the following students' behaviors would he find most difficult to change? Okay, hindi difficulty. A, aggressive tendencies toward classmates. B, poor habits in organizing work materials. C, interrupting a speaker. And D, abandoning a project before it is finished. Okay. So, ang behavioral modification techniques, di ba? Alam na natin kung ano yung behavioral. Okay, related sa behaviorism. Okay, behavior modification. Ibig sabihin, gusto mong ma-modify yung behavior. Gusto mong ma-change yung behavior. And how will you do that? Okay, how will you do that? through punishment and reinforcement. Okay? Yan. So, basically, ang tinatanong, ano yung pinakamahirap, okay, na mapalitan dyan na klase ng behavior? Okay. AB, naglaro sa AB, 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 AB. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, ang sagot niyan, okay. Ang sagot ko dyan ay, hulaan nyo. Char. Alright. So, ang sagot ko niyan ay letter. Okay. Oh, na-explain ko na kung ano yung meaning ng behavior modification techniques. Letter A. Okay? Letter A. Okay. Kasi ganito yon. Alright. Yung poor habits in organizing work materials, poor habit mo lang yan, di ba? Yung mga, tayo nga, kahit mga adults tayo, di ba? Pag meron tayong, kung meron tayong reinforcement, di ba? Pwedeng ganyan na, uy, ano pag ginawa ko tong ano, papalitan ko yung habit ko na to, pwede kong maging healthy. Okay, yun yung ano, yung reinforcement mo. So, mas madaling palitan. Okay? Letter, ano pa ba yung ibang sumagot? A and B lang naman ang ano. Okay? But letter C, interrupting a speaker, napakadali talaga yan. Sabihan mo lang siya. Okay, ganyan. Okay, or i-punish mo siya. Diba? Yan. Kasi nga, ang behavioral modification is more on punishment and reinforcement. Letter D, abandoning a project before it is finished. Yan. So, pag nakita mo na siya na inabandon siya, it's either i-punish mo pa rin siya or i-reinforce mo siya para magawa niya. Okay, mali yung letter A. Kasi yung letter A, ano na yan eh, kumbaga malalim, okay? Yung mga aggressive tendencies, di ba? Malalim yan, okay? Na may pinanghuhugutan yan, okay? It's either nabubuli siya sa bahay, yung mga ganun. So ano yung mga kailangan yan? Ano yung mga kailangan dyan? Okay, counseling yan, okay? Social skills training, yan yung mga kailangan, okay? Behavioral modification techniques would not suffice. Okay, yan. Spell suffice. Alright? Number, mahirap keyword hanapin eh. Okay. Pero alam niyo po ba yung behavioral modification technique? Okay, kahit hindi niyo naman alam, okay, behavioral meaning behaviors, modification, change. Ibig sabihin, ano yung change mo doon? Behavior, yung mga ganun lang. Okay? Yan. So, kung ganun na parang napaka-wordy, kasi I can understand, kasi may pagkaganyan din ako eh. Ayoko yung ano, yung, 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 ayoko yung ang daming words, yung parang too wordy for me, parang hindi ko naiintindihan, ganyan. So, ang ginagawa ko pag ganyan, tinitignan ko yung mga alam kong words doon, okay? And then yun lang yung ginagamit ko, okay? Lalo na pag pagod ka na sa prof, pagod ka na talaga doon eh. Alright, number 15, concerned with the modification and shaping of students' behavior by providing for a favorable environment since they believe that they are a product of their environment. Okay, A, progressivism, B, behaviorism, C, essentialism, and D, pragmatism. Okay, tignan ko, may magkakamali pa ba dito? Yan. Okay, so alright, so behaviorism, okay? So, huwag niyong kalimutan, ang behaviorism, it is not only about conditioning, it is not only about reinforcement, okay? Ang pinaka-gist talaga nun is, tayo ay product tayo ng behavior, ng environment natin, okay? In contrast sa inner motivation, di ba? Kasi di ba, ang mga stimuli, saan ba galing yung stimuli? Saan ba galing yung mga reinforcement? Saan ba galing yung mga punishment? Sa labas. Okay? In contrast sa inner, okay? Hindi naman galing yung sa feelings natin, sa thoughts. Mga ganon. Alright? Ang progressivism, okay? Pag nakita yung progressivism, anything that is not traditional. Okay? Yun na lang yung isipin nyo sa progressivism. Okay? Alright, essentialism, okay, yun yung mga core subjects, okay, yan yung mga essential lang, okay, the 3 R's most especially. And pragmatism, practical, okay, practical, okay, kung ano yung practical, okay, mga hands-on experiences. Number 16, what term, may keyword na kasi, ang galing, yes. Okay, what term describes a person was grown up with digital technology? Okay, for example, internet, O kung maka-internet naman. Computers, smartphones, from birth and is therefore fluent in using it naturally. A, digital immigrant. B, digital native. C, digital expert. And D, digital nature. Okay. Yan. Follow nyo na lang ako, guys. Guys, please, para ano. Yan. Kasi minsan hindi lumalabas sa live, kahit naka-follow kayo, hindi lumalabas pa rin sa ano kasi lagi ako na RR. So, lagi nyong isipin, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays is free live natin at 9 o'clock. Okay, yan. Pag may mga social science major dito, mag-enroll na po kayo. 299 lang. Ang daming perks. Alright? And the answer is, of course, the answer there is digital native. Okay, so dalawa lang yan, guys. Okay, digital expert at saka digital nature, wala na yan. Okay, ang pinaglalabanan lang natin dito ay digital native at saka digital immigrant. And nakita nyo naman, sabi niya, who has grown up with digital technology. Okay, so using it naturally. Okay, so parang native speaker ka ba yan? Okay, pag native speaker ng English, yun use nyo yung English naturally. O, ayan. Alam naman natin ang ibig sabihin ng immigrant. Okay, ang immigrant is pumunta lang doon. Okay, yan. So, pagdating sa, okay, yan. So, pag-iano natin. So, sabi ko nga, pag digital natives, okay, they grow up dun sa information age. Okay? So, ano yung mga, usually, millennials. Mag-start yan sa millennials. Okay? Millennials, Generation Z, and Generation Alpha. Okay? Pero ang pinaka, talaga, digital natives talaga is Generation Z. Okay? Depende pa rin. Okay? Sa pagkatanong. Alright? Okay. So, ito namang, digital immigrants, okay, nag-migrate ka lang doon, pumunta ka lang doon. Ibig sabihin, you were not born there. Okay? Hindi ka nag-born doon sa information age na yon. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, inaral mo. Okay? Inaral mo yan. Kaya, alright. So, that is why, immigrants ang sabi nila. Okay? So, usually, Generation X, Boomers, at saka yung pataas na generation. Okay? Yung mag-enroll for Sockside Major, mag-message lang po kayo sa sa Blue App ko. Okay? Yan. Maraming perks po yan. Alright. Okay, ito naman, BQ16, who coined the terms digital native and digital immigrant to describe the generational divide in technology use. Okay, thank you, Ma'am Claire. A. John Dewey, B. B.F. Skinner, C. Mark Prensky, and D. Jean Piaget. Okay. Yan. Of course, ano na po yan, di ba? Kailan ba, ang sinasabi dyan ay to describe the generational divide in technology use. So, kailan ba nag-boom yung technology? Okay? Especially sa digital. Okay, yan. Kailan ba yan? Yan. Sa panahon ba ni Limaho? Okay, right. Okay, correct kayo dyan. The answer there is Mark Prensky. Yan. So, yung dalawang term na yan is, kinoy niya nung 2001. Okay, na digital, dun sa article niya na digital natives at saka digital immigrants. Tapos may nakita akong isang libro niya, sabi niya, are digital natives AI immigrants? Ayun. So, baka lumabas naman yung AI immigrants, di ba? So, oh my God. So, yung mga Generation Z ngayon na digital natives, they may be. Are they AI immigrants? Yan. Kasi ngayon lang lumabas yung AI, di ba? So, ang galing-galing. Okay, number 17. Teacher X calls the attention of Ruben, who is doing an assignment for another subject. The rest of his classmates are also paying attention as the teacher starts discussing his lesson. What principle did this teacher use? Okay, so A, ripple effect, B, momentum, C, witness, and D, overlapping. Please, pakabasahin nyo masyado yung tanong. Number 17, teacher X calls the attention of Ruben, who is doing an assignment for another subject. Dahil doon, the rest of his classmates also paid attention. Okay? nung nag-start na si Teacher Ben, okay, na mag-discuss. Okay, so what principle did this teacher use? A, ripple effect; B, momentum; C, with itness; and D, overlapping. Okay. Guys, sumagot kayo, guys. Sayang yung pagkakataon. Libre-libre lang to. Okay. Okay, alright. 'Di ba? Ang galing-galing nyo. Ang galing-galing nyo. Walang Walang tumama ba or walang nagkamali? Okay. So walang nagkamali. Okay, very good. It is ripple effect. Okay. So walang nabudol sa letter D na overlapping. Okay, kasi okay, another ano yung ginamit ni Jacob Koenig is overlapping. Pero ano talaga yung ano yung another word for overlapping? Okay, kasi pwede kang mabudol sa overlapping dito eh. Sige. So ano yung another word for overlapping? Sige guys, kaya nyo yan. Kayang-kaya nyo yan. Ang gagaling nyo eh. Ano yung yung overlapping, meaning pwede mong pagsabay-sabayin. Okay? Yung maraming ginagawa. Very good. Yes, it is multitasking. Okay? Kaya pwede kang mabudol dito sa multitasking, di ba? Kasi sabi niya, kinall out na yung isang estudyante, di ba? Tapos nag-start na siyang nag-discuss. So parang kayang-kaya niyang gawin 'yon, di ba? Mag-multitasking, di ba? Kung hindi mo masyadong inanalyze yung tanong, okay? Although yung pagkatanong, hindi ko gusto yung grammar niya, pero okay lang, okay yan. So there, 'yon. So ang ripple effect kasi is yung kung magkaroon ng isang behavior tapos na-call out ng isang teacher, 'di ba? Is maiimpluwensyahan niya kung paano mag-a-act yung mga learner. And that's why dito is si Teacher X, kinall out niya si Ruben. Oh, Ruben, ba't ka gumagawa ng homework mo? So, ang nangyari, ang effect nun is, syempre, yung mga iba, malamang lahat sila gumagawa ng assignment. Hindi na sila gumagawa ng assignment, nakinig na sila kay teacher. Okay, yan. So, ito yung mga Coning's classroom management. Okay, so ripple effect, i-explain ko na po sa inyo. Okay, ang momentum, alam naman natin ang momentum is yung movement. It's all about steady movement. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, ang momentum din sa classroom management is nagmo-move lang yung yung lesson na hindi masyadong mabilis, hindi masyadong slow. Okay, steady lang. Alright. With itness, alam naman natin yan. Sabi niya, eyes at the back, di ba? May eyes ka, may eyes yung teacher sa likod. Ibig sabihin niya, nakikita niya kung ano yung nangyayari dun sa four corners of the wall. Okay, yan. Four corners of the classroom. Ganyan. Okay, and overlapping, sabi nga, is multitasking. Okay, so pwede you can do many things at once in the classroom. Okay, yan. Number 18, Teacher K in her kindergarten class mimics the movements of animals in their habitat. What learning activity is this? A, dramatization; B, role play; C, simulation; and D, pantomime. Okay, so again, Teacher K in her kindergarten class mimics the movements of animals in their habitat. What learning activity is this? A, dramatization; B, role play; C, simulation; and D, pantomime. Thank you for following. Yan. Mimics, sabi niya. Nilalaro namin to noon, nung bata kami. Dun sa Kiro. Parang hindi nyo na alam ata nga ng Kiro, or baka wala ng Kiro ngayon. Ah, okay, 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 okay. Alright, so, ang sagot, mas maraming sumagot ng letter D. Okay. Alright. Okay, so the answer there is pantomime. Alright, so pantomime. So, basahin natin ha. The word pantomime derives from the Latin pantomimus, okay, or Greek pantomimos, okay? So panto means all, tapos mimus means someone who imitates. Okay, so ang imitates, di ba, is parang mimic na rin, yan. So that is why ang pinaka-best na na how do you call that? Na translation, okay, ng pantomimus imitator of all. And that is why the answer there is pantomime kasi minimimik lang niya. Okay, so ito sabi niya, no words, only actions. Actually, yan din yung alam ko kasi ganyan yung nilalaro namin pantomime, di ba? Yung parang, gagalaw ka lang. Pero may nakita ako na hindi naman daw. Okay? Hindi naman daw, not necessarily. Okay? Yan. Not necessarily na pantomime is no words. Okay? But pantomime is yung mimic. Okay? Or imitate. Okay? So, i-define natin yung mga to kasi laging lumalabas. Okay? Especially itong role play tsaka simulation. Okay? So, pero dinamay ko na yung dramatization. Okay? So, pag dramatization, meron kang script. Okay, na sinusunod mo. Okay, yun lang naman yun. Alright? Okay, thank you po ma'am for clarification. Yes, of course. Kasi ako din yun talagang alam ko. Kasi yun ang laro namin nun. Pero nabasa ko kasi kanina. Alright, so you can read further into that. Okay? Yan. Ang role play naman, di ba, is binigyan ka ng role. Okay, tapos bahala ka nang gumawa ng ano mo, ng kung paano mo, okay? Kung paano mo isa tao, okay, tama ba 'yun? Isa tao yung role mo. Okay, ganyan. And that is why pala, so sabi ko mo, so dapat pala hindi role play yung tawag namin dun sa ginagawa ko sa school sa abroad na tinuturuan ko na yung mga bata kung ano yung sasabihin, di ba? So it is more on dramatization pala 'yon, di ba? Kasi nga ang role play is although sa bagay, kaya ang tuturuan may script dapat kasi hindi man marunong yung mga bata, di ba? Yan. Ang ng role play, halimbawa is, pwede din na gawa namin to yung role play sa di ba yung bigyan mo yung mga bata, okay, ito, dito tayo sa restaurant, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos, ang mangyayari is maging spontaneous yung sinasabi nila, okay? So that is role play. And simulation, okay, simplified model of a real world system, okay? So, hindi lang, ang ilagay kasi na example dito is a mock volcano, erupting, mga ganun. Hindi lang yon, okay? Pwede rin kasing simulation ng, simulation ng election, di ba? Ganon. So, parang sinusunod mo lang kung ano yung nangyayari sa election na yon, okay? Yan, so, you can have a script or you can have you don't have a script, okay? As long as sinasimulate mo kung ano yung nangyayari. Okay, yan. Number 19, among qualities on moral consciousness, how should Valentin de los Santos of the 1950s be judged? He stormed Malacanang with his army of Malayas armed with bolos and amulets. A, correct. B, objective. C, erroneous. And D, culpable. Okay. Hindi ko pala napalitan to. Alright. Pero sa isa ko pinalitan ko na to. Okay. Okay. So, ito kasi yung original na tanong. Okay. Pero nung binasa ko, hindi naman nag-exist talaga yung kwento na to. Hindi to nung 1960s, hindi to 1950s. It was nung 1960s to. So kwento lang to, okay? Pero ang tingnan mo na ang hinahanap diyan is yung moral consciousness, okay? Na ginawa niya na pumunta siya sa Malacanang na may mga bolos siya. Yun yung i-focus nyo, okay? Yun yung i-focus nyo, yung isip nyo. Wag nyo nang isipin yung kwento dyan. Alright? Uh-huh. Mm. Okay. So the answer here is letter D, culpable. Okay, culpable. Alright, so bigyan ko lang kayo ng kasi malay natin biglang lumabas to. Okay, so anyway, itong si mabilis lang to. Okay, si Valentin de los Santos, ano siya? Ano siya, perennial candidate, laging tumatakbo for presidency. And that is why, parang nuisance, nuisance candidate, kumbaga ngayon, yung parang tumatakbo-takbo lang siya na alam naman niyang wala siyang panalo. And that is why akala nila sa kanya is meron siyang saltik. Okay, ganyan. So, eto nga, totoo na he stormed Malacanang, okay, nung time ni Marcos. Okay, ganyan. So, bakit ang sagot dyan ay culpable? Okay, alam, di ba meron yung isang tanong na, culpable means, di ba ganun sa Gen Ed? Ang sagot doon ay responsible ka doon. Yan, okay. So, culpable, okay, so explain natin kung ano. Alright? So, culpable siya kasi may responsibility niya yung nangyari. Okay, yan. Kasi maraming namatay noon eh. 33 members of dun sa ano niya, tapos isang soldier sa part ng government. Okay, ang namatay doon. Okay, kasi nga, ang akala nila may anting-anting sila, so sugod sila ng sugod, ayun, pinagbaril sila. Okay, so culpable siya kasi alam niya, okay, na pag pumunta siya doon, na sinama niya yung mga members niya, tapos naggwasiwas-iwas siya ng bolo doon, okay, merong masamang mangyayari. Okay, yun yung meaning ng culpable. Although, pag binasa mo yung buhay nitong si, ano is, parang sinabi nila na he was declared insane, okay? But that is beside the point, okay? Ibang usapan na naman yon. Kasi sabi nga nila, di ba, if insane ka, if you don't have reason, you should not be considered morally responsible, okay? But that's beside the point na yan, okay? So, ito yung mga apat, okay? So, what are these? Okay? Ito yung mga moral consciousness. Alam na natin yung moral consciousness, yun lang yung very easy. That is just awareness of what is right and wrong. Okay, yeah. So sabi ko nga, yung culpable, sinabi ko na kanina, okay, alam ka, you will be held responsible sa kung ano man yung mangyari. Okay, yan. Erroneous, so may nabudol dito. Okay, so malapit nga naman talaga. Okay, erroneous. Okay, kasi tawag doon, mali yung ginawa niya. Okay, yan. Okay? Mali yung ginawa niya. Okay? Pero mas ano doon yung culpable kasi yung effect nun is hindi maganda. Okay? Negative yon. Alright. So, alam na natin yung correct. Okay? Correct consciousness. Di ba? So, tama. Tama yung pag-judge mo. Okay? Sa what is right and what is wrong. Okay? So, alam mo na mali yung cheating. Okay? Yan. Alam mo na tama ang magbayad ng tax. Okay, that is correct. Okay, yan. Objective. Alam na natin naman yung objective, di ba? Sabi niya, the intellect dictate on the goodness or evil. Okay? Yan. Okay, basahin niyo yung mga example nito. Kung nalilito kayo sa definition niya, basahin niyo kaya lagi ako naglalagay ng example diyan. Kasi I don't know lang but sa akin kasi pag hindi ko masyado naiintindihan yung definition niya, tinitignan ko yung example. Okay, kaya basahin niyo yung example niya if nalilito kayo. Alright? Yan lang yan. Yung apat na ano ng qualities ng moral consciousness. Okay? So, Coke. Correct? Objective, culpable, and erroneous. Number 20, a child watches as a ball of clay is rolled into a long snake. The snake is then rolled back into a ball. Question. Can you roll this ball back into a snake? Sabi ng bata, no, because it's a ball now. Okay? Ay, nako. Okay. What is sin here? A, reversibility. B, conservation. C, centration. And D, egocentrism. Potek. Hindi ko pala ano. Good evening po, ma'am. Available po ba sa YouTube or Facebook? Meron pa tayong YT. So, lahat ng nilalagay ko dito is na free natin is linalagay ko po sa YT. Okay? So, ang meron po sa ating Facebook, meron tayong GC. Okay? So, doon naglalagay po ako ng 5 mock boards, okay? 30 points each, okay? So, naglalagay ako doon weekly na yon, okay? Nilalagay ko, maybe Sunday, nilalagay ko na lahat yon. And then, sasagutan nyo hanggang next Sunday. Okay? Ayan. So, tanga-tanga ako, hindi ko inalis doon. Okay? Dito ko lang pala inalis. Okay? So, the answer there is irreversibility. Okay? So, saan nyo nakikita yung mga to? Yung mga terms na to, irreversibility, conservation, centration, egocentrism. Kanino ito? Kanino to, guys? Kanino to? Si B.F. Skinner ba yan? Si Grafenbenner? Si Thorndike? Si Skinner? Si Dewey? Si John Piaget? Si Brunner? Kanino po to? Yung mga irreversibility, conservation, centration, egocentrism, 'di ba? Ito yung operational, pre-operational. Okay, very good. Yeah, so nakikita sa cognitive development theory ni John Piaget. Okay, yes. Sky John Piaget. Very good. Good job. All right. So, ang irreversibility, okay, meron yung ano doon ha, kailangan yung ano kasi ang lapit ng irreversibility doon sa conservation. Okay? Ayan. So, pakabasahin nyo kung paano yung pagkagawa. Hindi ko kasi mahanap eh, pero pag nahanap ko, ano ko, ang meron kasi sa question noon is about din dun sa water. Okay? Ang sagot doon ay irreversibility. Okay? Kaya depende yung pagkatanong. Hindi yung pag nakita nyo yung water doon eh, yun na agad ang sagot nyo na agad doon ay conservation. Okay? Yan. Okay, so ito yung mga ano sa pre-operational. Bakit? Kasi yung irreversibility is dun sa pre-operational niya. Alright, so na-explain ko na yung irreversibility kanina. Okay, inability to mentally reverse a sequence of actions. Okay, yan. So egocentrism kasama yan. Okay, egocentrism, sarili lang niya yung iniisip niya and that's normal. Okay, hindi siya selfish. Okay, ano lang, umiikot lang sa sarili niya yung isip niya. Yun pa yung ano, yung nasa utak niya. Okay, animism, 'di ba? Animate. Okay, yung mga inanimate objects ay iniisip niya na they are alive, okay, and have feelings. Yun, sasabi nga niya, the sun is smiling at me, di ba, ganon. Or, yung Barbie ko, tumatawa, okay, yung mga ganon. Alright, centration, okay, center, di ba, nakacenter lang sa iisang aspect, okay, tapos ini-ignore niya yung iba, okay, yan, nakacenter lang siya sa iisang aspect, okay, yan. And then, okay. Eh, yung conservation error, of course, yan na yung sinabi ko kanina na hindi pa siya, kasi yung conservation kasi is nasa ano nasa concrete operational niya. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa niya nagagawa yun sa pre-operational. And that is why, meron siyang conservation error. Okay, yan. Okay. Wala na pala. Alright. Okay, ang sakit ng ano ko. Alright. So, Wagyaman, salamat, salamat kayo. Thank you, syukran, and salamat ida yun namin. Ganyan. So, hopefully, feeling ko naman, malakas na ako. Yan. So, tuloy pa rin tayo sa Saturday. Okay? Ayan, for Soksai majorship. Okay? So, maraming maraming salamat po. And kindly, ano naman, pa-subscribe naman po sa ating YT. Okay? Kasi currently, we only have 2,000 subscribers yan. And salamat po sa mga ano natin sa FB, ang bilis nating makakuha ng ano doon, followers yan. So maraming maraming salamat and I-post ko po to, ayusin ko po. Big help po, ma'am. Of course, yes. Marami pong lumabas talaga sa GenEd sa ating sa mga videos natin sa YT. Okay, so tsagain nyo yun. Alright? Okay, bye-bye and see you on Saturday. See you on Saturday.